Alright, so after installing the Demon 2 on your Honda ECU, the first thing you'll when you plug in your ECU and you into your car, and then you'll plug it up via USB to your laptop, the first thing you'll notice is that you'll have a red light, and then you'll have a flashing green light. Now the rate at which that green light is pulsing will tell you if it is that you are transferring data or not. So a steady green light means that there is nothing going out, nothing coming in, but the board is working. And when it is that you turn on the car now, so you just turn the car to on, not start it, and you see the light pulsating very fast, that is where you know that you're in business and you have everything going. Now, after having identified that that's all up and running, you'd have downloaded the Neptune RTP software onto your machine. So we're going to walk through and we're going to see what you need to do to configure it to get your car started. Alright, so first thing you're going to do, of course, is to open up Neptune RTP. Right now, once you have your laptop online, it will automatically register your Demon 2 and you'll get your Neptune RTP license registered. It does come with a serial number. In the past, you'd have had to put in that serial number. Now, as you can see here on my display, you see that you have the status area here, and over here you see some you see where the gauges is with the RPM, map, TPS, wideband, engine coolant temperature. You can put a number of other output readings here. Now, some things that you need to ensure that you have in play is to ensure that this button here, the connect button, is selected, and also live update. So you select these two. This is for it to automatically connect to the ECU once it is that you plug it into your laptop, and logging is for it to read from the ECU, so it gives it a live update as to everything that is coming out from the ECU. And as you make an update on the map, it will automatically upload it to the ECU same time, so you get to see your changes. You don't have to stop and save it and then have your changes going. Now, for somebody who would be using putting on a new map, on the Neptune has actually uploaded quite a couple of videos and given you a walkthrough as to what to do, but I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough as to how I went through getting my thing done. So you go to File and you open New. As you can see here, you have a Neptune base. This will give you a walkthrough for you to configure, personalize and configure your own settings. And here you see some other maps that people have uploaded. So if it is that you see, like how I have a D series, this is FI, it's a force induction. If I look here, I'll see people who have probably uploaded different D series maps, and I can just configure from user configurations and get my thing going. But in the case you just want to do your custom thing, you click Neptune base, select next. You'd put the type of map sensor that you're using. You can use I have a stock map sensor, so I'd leave that stock. Here you see a number of other configurations. You have the 2.5 bar, Motec, the 3 bar, 3.5 bar, and even your custom. With your custom with the custom configuration, as you can see here, you'd have to scale it based on the reading, the voltage that it takes to read, to convert it to a pressure reading, because that's how these sensors work. As the pressure reading changes, then the voltage itself change. So you'd put in your you check out the map sensor that you have, and you'd scale it accordingly. Next, you have your injector size. So if you have stock injectors, you'd leave that there. As you can see here, you see stock injector and the new injector size. I left that as is because those are what I have in. If it is that like you had upgraded your injectors, you'd input the injectors that you upgraded to in this area here, and you can take it a step further. Due to the different injectors that people tend to use, they've gone ahead and put in the software some of those other injectors, so even with different pressure readings, and so what this will do is do a calibration and offset for you to have a smoother startup, so you're less likely to be doing a lot of dumping. Over here you have the boost section. I would select this because my car is going to be boosted, so as such it would give me the different maps that I need, and also a scaling for boosting. Here you also can select the type of gearbox that you're using, so you have a different list of gearbox. I think this is to help you out with if it is that you are doing boost by gear, so it can help you configure those the boost by gear setting. Then you'd select next. Based on the type of ECU you have chipped, you'll see here the different types of ECUs, and also the market that the ECU originated from. You have a rundown of the different things that are options that are on that ECU. I went ahead and just selected all sensors disabled, and enabled the ones that I wanted to enable later on in my setup. Select next. Then you can just use a stop map. So let's say a P28 or whichever stop map you'd like to use, because each ECU you see listed here was for a specific setup. So like a USMD P28, I think that was for a B16 VTEC. So you would get a map, a base map that you can get to configure, so you wouldn't have to start from complete a complete scratch to do your thing. Then you go along to select next, and what it will do after this now is just give you a map. This is a fueling map, and you can change this map as needs be. So with this map right now, you could just try and start the car with it, but this is not the map that I'll be using. So I had Sully give me a walkthrough, and thankfully he came across and did up a base map for me, and we're able to start the car. So we're going to go to that map which I have, and start the car. Alright, so my light is now flashing green very fast, so that's telling me that it is reading from the ECU. As you can see here, you see you start to see a readout as to what all my sensors are reading out: RPM, map sensor, TPS. Alright, see, I just pressed the throttle a while ago. You see a TPS change, so know that is working. This is my wideband engine cooling temperature. this is voltmeter and intake air temperature. As you can see here, it's saying logging. You see this green area, it's saying logging. So that means that it's continuously reading from the ECU and giving me the laptop and the ECU is continuously communicating. Alright, now so we're going to do a start. Alright, so you hear the car idle up. That's idle air control. You hear the car how it's idling at around 1400 RPM now. That's the idle air control valve doing its thing, because it's supposed to have the idle go up first, and then as the car warms up, it will take time and go down. Well, I do hope you enjoyed that episode and that you were able to learn something from it. Now, before I go, I'd like to say a special thanks to my viewers who have given me feedback on, how I can put forward content, and also feedback on the build itself. I really do appreciate it, and I do encourage others to do so. Feedback does help us build this channel. Now, one of the things I've been asked quite a many times is, when are we going to get to see this car drive? Well, alright, I know I said it before, but I didn't give a list as to the things that of things that we need to get done. Now, some of the things that we need to get done, not in any specific order, is that we have a windshield to acquire. We need to do some work on the brakes. We still have the power steering to look at, because yes, I do intend to do some work on to reinstall a power steering. What else? We have the exhaust. I have some intake work to do. Breather hoses, the catch can breathing system to sort out. Now, all of these are just small things, but all of these things do add up. They add up in time, and they do add up in money. So as time goes by, I take my time to acquire some of the parts, and then there comes even the expertise to the people who I may have to get into to do some of these things, because the car is not a car that I can move from my garage. So I may have to have some personnel come into the garage, take time from their area to come to my place, do up the fabric work, and probably do it off-site or on-site. But two things, it takes time and money. So we will be seeing, so just stay tuned. I will be doing, you know, progress is slow, but we still have progress going. So do stay tuned, and I thank you for watching.